So, welcome everybody to another podcast of Ryan Services. This is episode number.
We don't know. We don't fucking know.
I actually don't
I
know.
guess you'll.
Well, we don't care whatever episode number this is, but whatever number it is, you're gonna have a hell lot of fun. And I know this intro is not our usual some भड़कता भड़कता intro because भाई बिल्कुल time नहीं था मेरे पास prepare करने का. I'm coming here with zero prep. So gonna yap for an hour. Just gonna do my shit. Well, that's I think about for the intro. I am a little too excited to
Awesome, man.
get
Awesome.
right back into the my podcast mode. So first of all, let's start with Tim. How was your week, Tim? What all were you up to? What did you cook this week? Meth, cocaine, heroin? What?
You don't tell that on a fucking podcast, bro. Come on. I mean, I had a chemistry lab exam, so you can guess. I mean, your guess is close. So, I mean, so yeah. First of all, regarding the intro, Sarthak is gonna whip it like, sorry, उसको क्या कहते हैं? Wing it, yeah. Sarthak is gonna wing it, and he'll cook it really well. So I don't have any problem regarding the fact that he's not prepared. He's better when he's not prepared, honestly. So yeah, and regarding the week, bro, what a hell of a week, bro. Honestly, I would say that it was one of the most emotionally consuming weeks I've had in the last year, I would say.
Somebody finally is with me. Somebody finally is with me.
I mean, not just about the exams. Like, I had 3 exams, 2 went well, one went a little bit off. But yeah, a lot of personal stuff happening which I did not intend to happen the way that it did. But yeah, we play the game, we keep playing the emotional why we made a podcast on emotions, so we know a thing or two about emotions. So yeah, I'm using Sarthak's advice as well, I'm using my own stuff as well. So yeah, we've been playing it, been using the emotions to my own advantage. Sarthak, what about you?
Well, again, my week has been hell of a week. Well, the week has been so weird because I'm back in my coding mode. And for those of you who don't know, Tim probably does. When I'm in my
He's
coding
lethal.
phase,
Sarthak is
yeah,
lethal. You don't
and
want to
like
fuck with him when he's in the coding mode.
it is like I'm waking up. Okay, what do I do with this thing? And like I have a lot of work. Like I have editing. I have 3 edits pending. 2 of which is for the college. 1 of which is for the podcast. But bro, I'm coding. It's a bit of a problem as well, but since I'm in my coding mode, everything is like fuck off coding. And and I don't know, this week's the problem with this week has been that I have not been as productive that I would have liked to. Which again I should have been. I don't know what is going on, but it's fine, guys. And yeah, it's emotional consuming because of that. Because every day I go to sleep, I'm like, fuck, आज क्या किया? Okay, ये किया, but और क्यों नहीं किया? And every day it's like because you have a lot of stuff. You have to do this, you have to do that, and NSEMs are coming next Monday. Today is like Sunday, 16 November, 24th November, NSEMs. You have to study for the NSEMs, and then you have a project pending up, and then you have an assignment pending up, and then 19th is the assignment deadline. Today, our TAs come in and they're like, bro, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. It was a doubt clearing session. It became a feature adding session that, bro, add this as well. Mandatory. I'm like, bro, I did not add this, and my fucking program is working without it. And like, I'm like, my program is working. Can I just go without doing it? No, add it. I'm like, why? Why do you want to take your way? Why is it your way or the highway? I mean, I will be on the highway if you do this.
I mean, highway is better than his way. So
No, her way is better than his way.
damn, good one.
I know. So, anyways, so I think we should start. And it's been, I forgot, it's been 2, 3 podcasts since we have done quote of the week. And like randomly, sometime in
अरे
this week,
हाँ
I
यार,
realized that bro, we haven't done.
you're right.
We haven't done. So like just when Tim was like, okay, so we are doing this today, and like at 9:45, this is 10:50, 10:30 around right now. 9:45, he was like, bro, you ready? So I just realized I haven't have a quote yet, so I just was like scrolling through my quotes, and then I found a really good quote that would go with today's topic. So my quote of the week: Be ruthless with your habits because they are building your throne or your doom.
Good one. Commendable.
It's like because it kind of relates to this today's topic. But back to Tim, what is his quote of the week?
Yeah, a quote of the week which has been on really on the top of my mind. I mean, I have two, but I would do the other one. The first one. So it's from the person you'll guess. I like just like I like
Okay,
Sarthak. Wait. Sarthak does not have a podcast in which he does not talk about F1. I do not have a podcast in which I do not talk about this guy. So Sarthak can guess him.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. His name was something like Alex Hermosi. I'm not sure though.
Yeah. He's a small YouTuber. Just does some stuff. Yeah, not very
Small
big. Just
YouTuber.
$250 million
Yeah,
in per year revenue. I mean,
yeah,
so yeah,
yeah.
it's three words: volume, negates, luck. Full stop.
Wait,
You do so much
3 words,
volume.
banger.
Yeah, you do so much volume that you make luck not to be a factor, and that's what I'm trying to do this in the upcoming 4 to 5 months. I have this as my goal, like do so much volume that you make luck not a factor for a success. So yeah.
We should do a podcast on volume. And like I also have a good example of volumes, but it's not an example you would do on a podcast on live growth.
I get it.
He gets it. So,
Okay.
I mean, why did our intro and like our weeks end in like 7.5 minutes? Usually it goes on till 10 minutes. What the hell is
No
going on
problem.
today?
It's a sign. Sarthak, you need to start.
Oh, do I need to start? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, today's topic is feed manipulation officially. And I'll wrap all three of my self manipulation in by the end of this video. And I will hope, no, I'll do something so that you are sure how to use self manipulation in your life in the best possible way. I don't know what I'm gonna do because I have not prepped it, but I know I'll pull something off the hat. Last time we did self situation manipulation. Oh my God, big thing happened.
Yeah,
So
for
we'll
sure.
take Tim's input on his goal currently going on first,
Yeah.
and let's get into the topic. So, feed manipulation, as the name suggests, manipulating your feed. And one of the key rules that you should know before you view this podcast is that if you want to really grow in life, fuck reels, you see shorts. And there's a reason to it. There's a reason to it. Okay, this might seem funny, but the YouTube algorithm is much more easy to curate and is much less distracting than the Instagram algorithm, and that is of course for a reason. YouTube is purely a video company. Instagram is profile plus video plus reels plus posts and whatnot. And I have seen because I am on both. Okay, I am on both, but reels are distracting, and what you consume is what you say, what you do, what you hear, and how you behave. It becomes a very integral part of your life as to how much time because you are giving to what. Like Tim reads books, I read books, I see some things, I play games. If you see, 90% of the people, like 100% of us, even me, Tim, no matter whoever, you know, makes these podcasts, whoever sees, they are on their phone like a lot of their time in their day. What differentiates between somebody who is successful but is on his phone and us who are on their phone? The device is the same. They're probably using very similar apps, but the difference where it is made is curated feed, very very curated feed. So let's talk about my feed. I have a very I had because now I don't use shorts even that much. But my YouTube feed was very much curated. And how it helped me, I'll show you. So, whenever I used to open YouTube Shorts, what happened was the first reel, a very particular quote from a very particular channel. I'll be like, how the fuck? Because I found a channel of a very, 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 very good quality, small channel. I subscribed it. I like regularly watched, scrolled through his quotes every day. Now, YouTube algorithm, since it is really, really easy to curate, thinks, okay, this guy likes this particular channel. So every day I'm waking up and if I'm seeing my phone, the first thing I'm seeing is a good quote from a really good channel that I love. Now, the second thing that usually comes in my feed is either a fitness thing or a Jade, of course. I haven't watched YouTube Shorts since Jay, and not even that much Reels since Jay, obviously. But what that they did is it got me into a mode of doing something. What I mean by that is, let's say I see a reel on fitness. Now that brings my mind to, oh, when was the last time I worked on? Oh, when was the last time I did this exercise in the gym? Okay, today I'll do this exercise in the gym. When it comes to a J problem, let's say a J video, they're talking about some kind of, solution, some kind of a chapter, some kind of a problem the students are facing, this and that. Let's say they're talking about an XYZ chapter, okay, rotation motion. So now I think, what, oh, rotation motion, oh, that's a really tough chapter. Wait, when did I last learn the rotation motion? Oh, it's been a while. I think I should do it now. Did you see what just happened there? What I'm seeing, my brain is connecting it to my life and my past experiences. You know what? The brain is based upon pattern recognition. It recognizes patterns, it recognizes various things in, in very minute things, and it connects to something that you have done. So if you are like, and whatever you see, it connects. But on the same hand, if you see something good, it connects to something good, something productive, something good in your life. But if you're seeing something wrong, it connects to those negative parts in your life that you probably don't want it to connect to, that you want to leave beside you. Now, let's just say, what if I was not having a curated feed? What would come? I have had times when my feed was not very curated. I recurate my feed every month. You know what? It it comes with random AITA videos. You know what AITA is on Reddit. Random. And the most difficult part with this uncurated feed is that it is fucking interesting. It's like, am I the asshole? AITA. Should I forgive my wife for cheating on me? Actually, this is what has come. And it is interesting. Everybody likes to, like, oh my God, okay, let's hear what he's saying. What happens is your brain does not get into the mode to do something. Your brain, okay, now let's get into a mode to get entertained. And once it gets into a mode to entertain, oh my God, you're gone. Because now you'll spend the next 2 hours of your life trying to get that dopamine hit. Okay, okay, this story was interesting. Where is the part two? Now you are searching for the part two. Now after the part two, you are like, oh, is there something else very, very, very good? Okay, you now go to the channel, you scroll through his shorts because now you have interesting shorts, especially with the service upper background and the text coming in and shit. You know. I know you know. I can see you. I know you know. And that is or has been the scene with me and with everyone. It has been a scene with Tim. I can tell it has been a scene with everyone. And the difference maker is whether you can come out of that cycle soon enough and curate your feed well enough to break it into chunks or break it into chunks of valuable information that you feed your brain so that it gets into a mode of productivity. What I mean by that is, let's say I am interested in AI and ML. I curate my shorts, I curate my videos in such a way that I just get AI ML related shorts. You'll be like, Sarthak, how will that help me in my life? I mean, okay, it gets my brain a little bit uh, aligned towards AI ML. I might be wanting to do a little bit AI ML. But how does that? I mean, I'm just doing AI ML and watching videos. Well, hell no. I say, let's say you're watching AI ML video and there is some project that you want to do. And suddenly something comes out and you're like, okay, let me do this project. You know what happened to a guy? I forgot his name. Okay. And he was like, he was really good at coding and all. He was into tech industry. And he suddenly found that 75-day challenge on YouTube. So what he did was he was like, okay, from now, since he was not into that gym walla thing and all. So what he did was, okay, now every day I will make a project. I'll give the whole day to a project because he had free time. I don't know what his logistics of academics and other things were, but his decision was, I'll give one day to a project. So like he spends like sometime the previous day scrolling for projects or getting a project from the internet. So one day he was just scrolling some app and he saw a random ass project called Super Memory in AI. He did what he was like, okay, let's make this. And he made that in a day. Went on to his other projects. The next day he's doing the same thing, same thing, same thing. He did this for like around 2, 3 months, 75 days. Yeah. You know what? He's a well-known millionaire now. Why? Because that random ass project named Super Memory solved a very big problem among AI, and that is how do they store memory and how do they train on their own memory. That guy didn't know that this would happen. He did not start this project. He did not, start doing this for this. He was like, I'll make 75 projects in 75 days. Fuck it, I'll do it. And like this thing kind of also aligns with Tim's quote of the week that volume defeats luck. He was just like this. And one of the reasons he was able to find this is because he was on the right feed, on the right track, on the right time. Search for this guy who solved the super memory problems in AI. I really do not remember his name, but I remember his stories. That is what is needed. What you feed your brain works upon it, it thinks upon it, and your subconscious mind trains itself on it. I say you are yourself and AI. AI is like an artificial, you know, uh, what do you say, blueprint or the artificial abstraction of you. If they train on something, you feed them, you also train yourself on something, you feed yourself. So, feed manipulation depends solely upon how you curate your feed and what you should curate your feed with. Till now, I have covered why you should use it, feed manipulation. Okay, did Tim raise his hand? Okay, he sent the name of the guy. Dhavrya Shah. Dharva. I can't pronounce this shit. What the fuck? The guy who saw it. Like, okay, what the fuck is going on with me? Okay. Dravya Shah. Dravya Shah. Okay, got it, guys. Got it. Dravya Shah. Yeah, the guy who solved it. Thank you, Tim, for the name. But this guy didn't see. This guy just saw a little, like, it was not even in his mind. That's the best part. He just had a really good feed. He got into his feed, solved the random ass project, went on with his life, and became a millionaire. These days it's just that easy, but we just do not have the knowledge, the capability, and the what do you say, the willpower to break out of the cycle of our regular feed to get this. And the point is, people who actually become successful, who actually do some shit in their life, have broken out of this cycle. They use their phones, they use the same apps as you do for their own benefit. And that is why they are where they are. So anyways, till now I've covered why we should use feed manipulation. Now I'll do what you should do with your feed and how. I mean, see, reels you cannot do. And I'll exactly tell you the problem with Instagram reels. The problem with Instagram reels is, first of all, it promotes a lot of sexual content, which is true. But you're like, that's same with YouTube. YouTube also has some content like this. But YouTube algorithm is designed not to push it that much. Why? I don't know. Instagram algorithm is designed to push it to the maximum extent. And I have seen this with my feed, my friend's feed. Mm, I mean, every friend that I have has a feed like this. And not because they are bad people or they see this, just because Instagram wants them to see it. So what happens is, let's say you see one AITA video or one ghost story video at random ass night on a random ass time because you actually have to do nothing. What I have seen every time Instagram doing is on the same time, several nights after that, like Instagram will somehow find a way to show you the same kind of reels again and again. That has happened with me in horror stories, that has happened with me in normal stories, and I'm like, what the fuck? Instagram algorithm cannot be curated externally, and it's one of the most fucked things that I have found with Instagram. That is one of the most distracting things. It's not that you can talk to a lot of people. It's not that you can do whatever the fuck you want to, but it's the fact that your feed cannot be curated. And I have seen the good quotes that I follow I haven't seen them that much. I follow good quotes. I know the accounts that I follow, but I don't see them that much. Why? And how? And what do I see? I see a random ass 3 days ago post about some random sarcasm. I don't want to see that shit sometimes. And especially currently in my feed, what happens is F1. Okay, F1 is there. But between F1, there's a lot of things. So like F1, shit, 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 F1, shit, shit, shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I want F1 only. Fuck whatever else there is. But Instagram algorithm, I haven't been able to curate it. YouTube Shorts, amazing algorithm, amazing. So now coming on to what and how. See, you must have a hobby. Hobby in the sense something productive, something that you would like to do. It could be as basic as culinary. It could be as big as AIML. I mean, AIML is not big, but it's one of the biggest industries. Just try find channels, subscribe them, watch their videos, force yourself to watch these videos. And if you're interested enough, you will obviously watch the videos on your own. You'll find them interesting. So if you have something that of interest that is interesting to you, for me, as Tim said, I cannot go without using the word F1 in any of my own videos. Back to F1. So I have obviously subscribed to my F1 channel, big F1 supporter. My YouTube feed currently has 80% of F1 race highlights because I see these race highlights. Because I want the YouTube Shorts algorithm to show me these F1 highlights only. Nowadays, I don't use YouTube to search or to do anything productive. The only time I open YouTube or even Instagram is when I want to eat food and I want to have some kind of an entertainment in front of me. First of all, to do what example I just gave is first of all understand when do you want to see this feed. If you are a normal scroller, then get something productive. If you are not a random scroller, get something entertaining. But entertainment in the sense that is very much curated to something productive, like F1, like chess. Learn chess, bro. I mean, best shit ever. Learn chess, learn a game, learn football. Nowadays, I'm also re-entering my football playing skills because I used to play good football and then I left football because of Jay. So try and get back into your hobbies, try and get back into your life. Try and like if you are like right now at nowhere in your life, your feed is one of those things that is currently at your disadvantage that could be changed completely to your advantage. And that happened with me in class 10. I just changed what I needed to see. So instead of scrolling random videos of like what I just told you, I started seeing videos of a very particular teacher. Okay, I started seeing videos of a very particular teacher. Find someone who you like, find someone who actually speaks good. I started watching his videos, and it started shaping me in slowly it started shaping me. I started liking quotes. I started following this quote channel. I have been following the quote channel that I just mentioned in this video for the last 2.5 years, almost three at this point. And every day when I see these quotes, I understand something new. I see something new. I get energized. I get motivated, and my feed has always now been a source of motivation rather than being a source of distraction. Just choose what you think is not a distraction for you, and continuously follow it for a couple of days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. YouTube will do the rest. You will start seeing videos like this, and you will, I promise you, get on a really good track. Because what you feed your mind is what your mind feeds you. Very deep sentence. Think about it. What you feed your mind is what your mind feeds you. And if your mind is feeding you shit, your life is gonna be shit. And if your mind is giving you good ideas, it's giving you good ways to get ahead in life, nobody can stop you. And it's honest. And I think I have had a pretty big rant on this. It's been almost 20 minutes since I have been speaking continuously. So Tim, what is your opinion till now? What do you think?
First of all, the last quote hit too hard. Like, that should take a moment to sink in. Guys, let that sink in. So, Sarthak, you talked about a lot of things. My main question is, भाई YouTube Shorts क्या होता है? भाई Reels क्या होता है?
See this guy. That is why this guy is doing shit, and I am not.
See, listen, guys, any one of you who has watched Lucifer, the first rule of selling drugs that Lucifer tells is don't get high on your own supply. Okay, so people like me, we create stuff so that other people can consume it. Okay, and if we ourselves get consumed into the shorts and addiction part, then what's the point, right? Then we're getting high on your own supply. Now, this was just for the fun of it. To come back to the actual points, Sarthak also, this time you have full permission. Whenever you feel you disagree or you have another opinion, you can cut me off whenever you want. Okay, so yeah, so as you could have already guessed, I don't watch Reels, I don't watch YouTube Shorts, and I don't have a YouTube app installed, I don't have Instagram app installed. And Sarthak posts the stories of the podcast and I don't share them because I would have to install the app. And Chrome may I use the Instagram, but I log out. So like logging in and accessing the chats takes like 5 minutes and I'm too, like it's too much work. So that I don't even access
Bro is using atomic habits. Bro is using atomic habits.
Yeah, and for YouTube I uninstalled, and yeah, you can uninstall YouTube for all of those guys, and I'm using it on Brave right now. Like, guys, if I would recommend one thing that would almost change your life, install Brave, use Brave for YouTube. Like, no ads at all. I was about to pay 1080 rupees for the subscription, but a friend of mine told me to use Brave and I've been using it. अरे यार, so हाँ, so अरे भाई चार्जर नहीं है मेरे पास, क्या किया जाए? चलो वो जब तक चल रहा है जब तक चलाएंगे. 30% बची है, चलो कोई दिक्कत. हाँ, then what I was saying, क्या बोला था भाई मैं?
That you are rich, really rich.
अरे यार,
and you have a lot of money to give to companies. Like invest in companies like YouTube.
yeah. Hello Susan. अब तो Susan नहीं है भाई, कोई और है. Anyway, so
yeah, Susan, you said Susan. I almost the phrase that came in my mind was of Susie Bush, who is the wife of Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff.
अरे भाई हो गया. चलो, next point. So yeah, right, coming back to the serious part. So I'm not a big fan of these things, and the only content that I listen to is long form, like really long form, like audiobooks. I used to listen to audiobooks, haven't been listening to audiobooks recently, and Hormuzi's podcasts, like above 1 hour, sometimes 2 hours, 3 hours. Like now you'll call me a cult member, but for the last few weeks I've been just listening to Alex Hormuzi, like just listening to him, like nothing and not even a single piece
Talk about the stopper.
yeah. So I've been just listening to him, and I'm finding the content which, like, I'm digging through to find new content from him. So yeah, I've been reading his book also. So that's that. That's another level of feed manipulation. So you could say this is the final boss level.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna get to it. Okay, I was gonna get to it like after this. But since I know a lot of people is like already addicted to YouTube Shorts and Insta Reels, it's like the starting point should be at least you do something good with it, then to hell
right,
with YouTube Shorts and
right.
Reels.
You know that point you mentioned. It's so great. I have it written down. So, guys, whatever I'm doing right now, that wouldn't have been possible if I would not have spent a phase of my life watching the shorts, watching the like small dopamine things, but they are motivating me, and just a little bit tactics here and there. Don't know how to implement them yet, but still, like when you watch that, then at a moment, see, there are 3 stages. One, when you're not watching anything productive at all, code productive. It's different for everyone. Now, then comes a phase where you like let's learn about something. Then you start watching stuff about it. You consume as much as possible. You get your feed curated around that. You start receiving small videos, small tactics, small tips, all of that. And then there arises one point where the pain of remaining the same exceeds the pain of change, and that is when change happens. And then you start executing all of the stuff. Then you start executing, you dial in, you still watch some of the content, but you don't watch a lot of it. So yeah, that is the phase I'm currently right now. And to Sarthak's point, I would also say that this method does have a disadvantage for me, like if I just don't watch anything, because then I don't know what's going on in the market, what are the recent trends, what are the, like for my own stuff, like if I'm creating a few LinkedIn posts, so I don't see other people's LinkedIn posts and see what structures are they following, what kind of what kind of resources are they sharing which is helping them get more views. So yeah, it has a disadvantage as well. And yeah, I have a lot of things to say, honestly. So
We have time.
okay, yeah, and one of the biggest things that when you start like curating your feed is something I call this shiny object syndrome. It's like, let's say you want to what example should we take for people? There should be a specific goal. So I'll be talking about business, but then it will go right off your head. So let's say if you want to study, let's say if you want to study well for an
Let's say
exam.
you wanna go to gym. Let's say you wanna go to gym. I guess I know where you're going at, but let's say you
Yes,
wanna go to gym and get
Sarthak,
better.
bro knows the drill. So yeah, let's say you want to go to the gym, you want to get lean. Now, 10 different YouTubers will recommend 10 different things, and you'll watch 10 different shorts for that. So one person, you want to train legs, you'll say, okay, do Romanian deadlifts, okay, do leg press, okay, do this, okay, wait, don't do anything, do cardio, no, eat meat, everything. Everyone will say different things. Now you're a beginner, you don't know who's right, who's wrong. So at this point of time, then you just have to stick to what one of them is saying and not consume content from everyone. This is a personal mistake that I made, and it cost me a lot last year. Like, it was one of the reasons I was not able to achieve success with my previous venture. And yeah, I was listening to everyone. Like, okay, Eric knows Slosky, who's a cold email expert. He's doing this, so let me do this. Okay, on LinkedIn I saw this, so let me do this. First principles. What do we want to achieve? We want to think always about using the first principles. What do we want to achieve? What resources do we have? What makes the most logical sense? Boil it down to primary actions, and volume negates luck. Yeah, Sarthak, your opinion.
On what? I think this high level shit, bro. High level shit. But anyways, I agree with him because the same thing happened when I started trying to learn chess. Okay, so this guy is saying use this opening. This guy is saying don't use this opening. This guy is saying this
हाँ.
opening is disastrous. And like, bro, which opening to use? He's saying don't play Vienna. Vienna will fuck your game. And like this guy is saying Vienna is the best opening. See what happens a lot of time is none of them are wrong, none of them are right.
Right.
And there again, as I said, the rule
The rule of rural
independence.
independence, yeah.
Do whatever feels right to you. If you want to follow this guy just because you want to follow this guy, fuck everything, follow one guy. But that is the best thing. Do look at shots of others guy. You and of course YouTube will show you shots of others guys, long form videos of others. Take a look at them, but do not really implement it until and unless you are really sure that it aligns with your primary, you say what, feed. Like you are following person A, person B is saying something, and you think that okay, this thing could be added on to this. Fine, follow it. Else, don't follow it. Person B is not mandatory. Person A is what you want to. This is whom you chose. That sounds a little
The
bit weird,
chosen
but it's
one.
fine. The chosen one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Makes sense, makes sense.
But again, to the next level, feed manipulation is not just what I just told you, because as Chandrikesh also mentioned, he does not listen to any kind of feel shots and all. See, what he does is the next level of fluid manipulation, which comes under the fact that you do not see any kind of content that can distract you. So
Right.
when to go on to the next level? So see, one of the biggest mistakes that people make is this get stuck at one point. Of course, when you are like, as you said, three stages. Stage one, stage two, stage three. You are at stage one. Most of the people here are at stage one. What I just told you is how to get to stage two, where you are actually consuming content that is beneficial for you. And after a point of time, you will want to be like, because what happened with me, I'll personally tell you, I used to love watching movies. I used to love watching series and movies, but now I'm at a point of time I haven't watched any movies or series since March, and this is November. No movies, no series. I People have gone, people have invited me, people are like, please come. You haven't seen any movie coming here. Like I just don't want. Why? It's like a waste of time. And I see very, very specific movies with a very, very specific theme that could be self-growth or that could be about someone's life. Like I love Peaky Blinders because of how the personal behaviors or the psychological characteristics Tommy Shelby takes, and I try and learn from it. Jack Reacher I saw just because of how quick and how stoic he is at times and how he can think in very very chaotic circumstances and just come out better. These are the feed manipulation that is, as Tim said, final boss level. You do not consume content, you consume very, 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 very selective content. Right now, what I am doing, as I said, I only see YouTube when I am like alone eating in the mess. I'm just like, just okay, let's scroll through YouTube, let's see what do I see? F1 highlights. Have I not seen them six times before? I have. But what's wrong with the seventh time? Like, what's wrong with, seeing Lewis win for the seventh time? Like what, 8 7 7 8 years ago? It's fine. It's fine. It's not like I'm addicted to F1 or something, but it's fine. But like he said, right now he uses his YouTube that is in Brave. I don't know what the fuck he is doing with his life, but it's fine. Bro, just take a nap.
भाई तुम तो मत बोलो यार. एक ही तो भाई बंदा है जो थोड़ा बहुत समझता है भाई.
I know. Bro. But like, no, but on the other hand, what I would recommend you is because yeah, I felt the website was too much of an hassle. To be better, like your Alex Hormozy content must not exceed, I guess, 2 hours of your YouTube, right? 2 hours per day.
Yeah.
Take an app timer of 2 hours. Put an app timer and do not extend it.
I get it. But bro, the whole goal is to have friction, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you on that part.
Yeah, we want to have friction, right? और फिर YouTube जैसे ही खोलूंगा, then I get to shorts, and I don't fucking want.
Yeah,
And
no,
भाई
of
मैं
course.
बहुत पहले छोड़ चुका हूँ भाई. I've not. That guy has died already, so you can't resurrect him now.
Yeah, I mean, I use this tactic of, just having a timer. And like,
Guys,
I
take
usually
note, take
don't
notes.
extend it.
तुम्हारे लिए बोल रहा है. Take notes. हाँ.
What
Yeah,
do you
I'm
mean
telling
by
to the
take?
audience. Yeah, ये nap timer वाला.
Nap timer? No, yeah, app timer. Like, I just use app timers whenever I want to. Nowadays, now I'm at a stage, as I said, I don't use app timer. I'm like, I only open YouTube and Instagram when I'm really, really free. As and I'm either, I'm like, if I'm free and I don't want to do anything productive, I go out of campus, view something beautiful. And let's, like, there was this, like, the last time we recorded. I haven't uploaded it, I'm sorry. But it was like I was out. Did I mention this in the podcast? Yes. I like just walked 10 kilometers. Why? Because I was like free enough and I was like I didn't want to do anything else. Like at this point, I'm consuming no content. And even in that part, I would suggest every beautiful places, best places. I went to a viewpoint
Nice,
of
nice.
places.
That's what you want them to
Let's not
think.
say, yeah, that's what I want you to think, guys. You never know what I'm
Machiavellianism,
doing.
guys. Machiavellianism.
You will get that podcast before this. I haven't uploaded it yet. It's fucked, okay? It's fucked. My life is fucked because too much work. I'm in my coding era. I don't care about anything else right now. I'm just like I want to finish this code.
Yeah, like he's probably sleeping like 3-4 hours per day. I can
Actually
bet.
not. Actually not. Actually not. I'm like sleeping for 6 9 hours
Oh,
because like yeah, I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping, coding, sleeping, coding, sleeping, coding. That's what I'm doing.
you're living the life, my guy. Living the life.
I think
Respect.
that's what I'm doing. When you called today, I was like, what? I was actually coding on Fedora.
Damn.
You're
Damn.
like, okay, I'll come. And then I restarted my computer and updates. I was like, fuck your updates.
Fair enough.
But
Fair enough.
anyways, and now the second part of the feed manipulation that I wanted to share is, I think Tim will agree with me a lot on this, is the kind of books you read. A lot of people read books. A lot of people read books. But none of them, like 10% of them actually read the books that are actually important in life.
Right. Right.
He knows, he knows. And the point is, I was also one of those people who only read fiction till class 9th or 10th. Okay. And then I read You Can Win by Shiv Khera, and then I read Atomic Habits, and then I realized why some people don't read fiction at all, and why some people read only these books. Because at first I was like, what will these books have? I know a lot of people have this mentality because I had this mentality. What will these books give me? I mean, they are probably don't know about my life, and like even if they do, it's like probably some idealistic things that is too hard to follow. But then when I read Atomic Habits, I realized that actually no, they are actually talking about a really, really subtle, nice, and very doable thing. Like adding friction, as Tim says, is not tough. Delete the fucking app, add a fucking timer, just do whatever you want. Just add that friction to it. And whenever you do add that friction, you see the results because suddenly you don't want to do that thing. Suddenly you are like, okay, I do not have energy enough to do this. Let's do something else. Let's do this only. So like right these days I close my laptops each day on Fedora. Now to go to a game because I play F1 games nowadays sometimes. I have to go to Windows and I'm like, who will open Windows and restart the whole thing? Let's just continue code.
Yeah.
Add friction. And this is one of the very important things that Atomic Habits has taught. It also taught about small changes, like how small changes magnify into big results. And that is so the thing is not. It's like you don't know what it is until you have actually read it yourself. I don't know
Right.
what it is. You don't know, and you will never know. And the problem with these books are they will never sell themselves. So you're like fiction is like, oh my God, the cover would be like the best cover in the world, and like some shit, and and the back it would be like this girl was going on a lonely street when someone tapped her. So some shit, yeah, some shit.
Right.
These books would not have. At the back of these books is usually autobiography of the author.
Right.
They
I
would
mean,
tell you
that's enough.
nothing about them.
I would say that's enough, bro. Like,
That's
it
enough.
depends on the
But
person.
Yeah, exactly. But for a fiction reader, it is like, what does this book
हाँ.
contain? This? I'm not gonna read this. But the people who I have read and I know what these books contained. I know what charisma myth contained for me. I know how to implement a lot of things for how to talk to people just because I read books, just because I have curated this feed of mine as well. So taking in what you feed yourself is one of the most important things, is one of the most easiest and the most like effective manipulation you can have, honestly.
Honestly, yeah. Totally agreed. Yeah,
Is anything else you wanna add?
for sure, man. I had a few points were left.